Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Craig with me in the studio. Frank Leboeuf joins us as well. One topic just dominates everything, and that is the Europa League final.
Do we have to do the questions, or should we tell people why we were kind of laughing when we came on?
Well, what's interesting is the fact that Solskjaer brought up that he had no pre-season.
We were reading quotes
post-match.
we were reading an email that was quotes from Solskjaer's press conferences, and they were hilariously funny.
It seems a strange.
We're getting closer and closer.
Yeah, it seems a strange time to bring that up when your team.
We got to a final,
yeah.
And he said 2 months ago, winning trophies was an ego trip, and then we had the best one was a pre-season.
Yeah.
We had no pre-season. My God, we're nearly at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And that was because you didn't get a pre-season. How long was that now? 10 months? 9 months?
And I think the problem
Holy
is that,
smokes.
it was Villarreal today, You look at their team and you look like how many Villarreal players get into the Manchester United side on paper. We know it's not played on paper. But overall, Frank, a good day for Villarreal. Should De Gea really be blamed for this loss, even though Manchester United were absolutely poor?
Of course not. Of course not. Maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should have looked on the De Gea records about saving penalties, which I think is nothing in 35 penalties against him.
Yeah, 36.
So
now,
maybe
apparently.
he should have 36. Yeah. So maybe he should have gotten the substitute just for the penalty shoot. It happened once for maybe the Netherlands. I don't remember.
Sillerson,
but yeah. So because De Gea is maybe a good goalkeeper, but he's not good enough for penalties. That's for sure. But he cannot be blamed because we all know that it's a lottery and there is no big chances for goalkeeper to save penalties.
Here's another quote. Sorry, I'm on the quote trail.
Okay,
here.
go on.
Here's another one about, now is not the time to point the finger at what I have done what I may have done differently. All right, no worries. Give you 6 months. 6 months, 2 months, 4 months, or should we just not point the finger at all at team selection, at substitutions?
He seemed to sit on his hands quite a lot. Like he didn't obviously make to the substitutions.
Well, he got up and
later.
applauded a couple of times.
No, but you know what I mean. He didn't make the change. Unai Emery was quite proactive in his changes. You feel at Solskjaer.
Yeah. Well, Rashford was certainly one that could have got hauled off and probably shouldn't have started.
Away from Solskjaer, Craig, those who don't believe that Bruno Fernandes is a world-class player may turn up and say that this isn't the kind of game where he should have grabbed the game by the scruff of its neck. Would it be a fair argument?
I have not liked... I mean, there's a lot of people out there talking about the amount of penalties that Fernandes has scored, and that is true. He's done some excellent things at Man United, but I have got increasingly annoyed watching his antics about, and he was doing it again tonight in this game, complaining to the referee when it wasn't even him directly involved. It was another player making a challenge, and the Villarreal player was late on, say, a Pogba or somebody else, and he's over there complaining. He spends his whole time complaining now. That's what it seems. And whenever he's challenged, it's been noticeable that he doesn't like it, but yet all the great players that have played around Europe, and particularly for that club, they've had to overcome that, whether it's been a Cantona or a Van Nistelrooy or a Cole or a York or whoever, Ryan Giggs. These players got kicked around the pitch because they were targeted. They were targeted because they were excellent players. So he's been targeted, and a lot of the times he hasn't been able to handle that. It's all right producing great goals and great bits against Crystal Palace and Southampton and Burnley and Newcastle and Fulham. But he's yet to show for this club, along with others, that he can really do it at the top level on a consistent basis.
Do you agree, Frank?
I totally agree. It's true, and I will go on the whole explanation that Craig just gave. That he annoyed me at a certain point. Always complaining to referees like he did today. Always trying to be kind of trying to find a justice, being the sheriff on the field, and he annoyed me. And on top of it, excellent player, but not there when you really need him in big games. And today was a big game, and we barely saw him.
United have made progress under Ole in his time and done decently in the league, but does the loss tonight show that Ole just isn't good enough, Frank? With Conte and Zidane available now, as well as Allegri. Should United go for one of them?
Yes, well, according to what Craig thinks about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah, there is a big chance that Ole Gunnar should go.
What about you, Frank?
Yeah, they tried with him. At the end of the day, they didn't win anything. So I think it's time for Manchester United to change and to go for somebody more experienced. But does it mean that Zidane is experienced? He only coached Real Madrid and did very well. But will he fit to Manchester United? Not speaking English, not knowing the Premier League. It's the same for Allegri. I don't know. We have so many question marks that I can answer, but I think it's a time for Manchester United to make a change.
Frank,
yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I got to. I can't quite get my head around the first line here, and I hear it a lot. United have made progress under Solskjaer. What's defining progress here? A few extra points than last year? A Europa League final? Mourinho won it and got 81 points in the league and won the EFL Cup. These are not great competitions, but he won those competitions. He's failed to win anything. So I'm really struggling with those people that come out and say Solskjaer has made progress. Made progress where they've signed some better attacking players that's gave them better attacking options. But yet, are they that much better? I don't think so. And I don't really see an identity of his management style. So I struggle. Yeah, is it listen, if progress is a happier camp, then yes, they've made progress. Come in the morning, hey, morning, everybody, a cup of tea, yeah. Happy days, isn't this lovely dressing room? Everybody's happy, nobody's complaining. We've made progress. I'll give you that. Somebody has to really tell me where the real progress is in the field. I mean, you talk about progress, you look at Liverpool and City. And they're the benchmarks, whether people like it or not in England. They're the benchmarks. You look at real progress when Liverpool were trying to turn it around, hadn't won the league for 30 years, whatever it was. The progress was pushing City to win the league with 100 points.
Yeah.
Or thereabouts. And then when they did win it, they were almost at 100 points themselves. That's progress. Progress is just not a couple of points here and there. That was real progress, coming in and pushing arguably the best team in Europe all the way down to almost the last kick of the ball. And then the next season, beating them. That's proper progress, not a few extra points and a happy dressing room. These Man United fans are deluded with this Ole scenario. Go on, Frank.
Yeah, I think we can't really make a statement. We can't really make a statement about what we think, and if there is a.
Sorry.
We can't really make a statement about what we think and about any clubs if they made progress comparing to former seasons, because it was a very strange season with the pandemic and everything. We also we saw that all big clubs were not as good as they were before. City, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, they all dropped dramatically. And so, therefore, you cannot make a statement. You cannot say that Manchester United is better. Or you cannot even make, because people are going to say we don't like Manchester United. I can't even say what I can say, if I can make a statement about Chelsea, because I don't know.
Right.
We're going to see next season, in front of all the stands, all the people, the attendance, if it changed something with the preseason and everything, if clubs are where they are, or maybe they don't deserve where they are, or maybe they don't deserve to be that low. I think we go back to City, Liverpool, and we'll see for the others. Right. We'll go back to Barcelona, Real Madrid, we'll go back to Bayern Munich, and we'll go back to Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain. I think that's what I think. I think that season is a nonsense season, so we cannot make a statement.
How up to date are you on celebrity marbles? Did you follow this story?
No. The last time I was with Frankie, he was just about to pop off to Amsterdam
Yep.
for a little bit of the old marbles.
How was it, Frank?
That was very interesting.
Yes.
Is there a
In
video?
fact,
It's
you just have
embargoed.
we had some games. I can't really explain because I can't say the result because it's going to be next summer in France, and we were working for
No
our
spoilers.
charity, and it was really nice. It was really nice. Not very interesting, but it was really nice. It was a nice game, and I did it for a charity, so you cannot complain and criticize me for that.
Oh well, we probably can.
absolutely.
We probably can.
And it can't be revealed until next summer.
So
How
what
have we
will
got- how
happen
have we got
first?
to
What will
go?
happen first, Craig? Ollie winning a trophy or you playing celebrity marbles on TV? You'd do it for a fee.
There's a
wouldn't you?
fair chance it's going to be me playing marbles.
Yep, I think so. What were celebrations like after one of your teams won a major tournament? So what was it like? Once Celtic won and stopped the 10 in a row.
Magnificent.
What were the celebrations
It was only
like?
slightly up from our normal celebrations on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night.
Was it just a massive bender?
Don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah, well, yes, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, it was like, it's a bit hazy.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff on the pitch, 60,000 there, and families. And the
Was it happiness or relief more?
Oh, both. Relief when that referee blew the whistle because there was so... People don't realise, I mean, it's changed now, but Scottish football back then was a really good standard, and Rangers had a really good team, some of the best players around Europe, and we signed some good players, particularly Henrik Larsson and others, and we had a good side. But the pressure to win that year is arguably the most pressure that Celtic have been under since they lifted the European Cup in '67.
Right.
When they beat Inter Milan. That's how important that season was. So yeah, it was a relief because until we got the second goal in the final game, we knew Rangers were winning at Tannadice, and then we were winning 1-0 at home to St Johnstone until our Norwegian striker came off the bench, Harold Brattbakk, and got the second goal. The whole place was just a nervous wreck. You could feel it.
Yeah.
Because every time the ball went in the box from St Johnstone, really, it was a bit like the Villarreal game, where they didn't have that much, but every now and again they would go forward, set piece, whatever, and one would flash over the bar, and you were like, oh no, if this goes in, we're dead. So happiness, relief, big party, great achievement with your teammates. That's how these Villarreal boys will look back and say, look, we were him and him and him years down the line. Frankie knows when he was at Chelsea, particularly after I left, the FA Cup final, the Cup Winners' Cup, all his teammates, France with the World Cup, all his teammates, when you meet up years later, when you've got no hair like Frank or grey hair like me.
Oh, your hair's going as well.
I'm hanging on. But you see these guys and you say, sometimes you can get a bit nostalgic.
I bet.
It's
Frank,
nice.
you think of World Cup, European Championship, FA Cups as well. What was the best night, the best celebration out of all of those?
Well, I have to of course, name the first FA Cup that we won because Chelsea didn't win anything, and we partied for like an hour or more than an hour at Wembley after the celebration, after the lifting the cap. And it was absolutely fantastic. And after we went to an hotel and partied, and Pelé was there. And that was absolutely fantastic. And as Craig said, every time that I talk about that, I've got something coming up into my body, and I feel something because I remember something absolutely special. And every time I meet up with some former teammates, there is something that I would call respect, between each other.
Yeah.
Respect.
It's unique as well. Only you
maybe
know
the
what you
best
felt.
friends. Yeah, exactly. But I have to say that the World Cup, the day after the World Cup, when we went into the Champs-Élysées, and you find more than 1 million people in the Champs-Élysées, you realize that you've done something incredible for your country.
Yeah.
And that's something very emotionally high, And like 23 years almost after, every day in France, somebody talks to me about July 12th, 1998.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just stop going out in your kit, Frank.
Yeah. Stop going out with your name on the back of your team. So here's a story. So here's a story. So here's a story. The year.
I will not. I promise. I won't anymore. I won't anymore.
Shin guards.
This is typical of some of the lads who was at Celtic at the time. So it was the year after. It was the year after that we won the league and cup double, and we got to the Scottish Cup final. So it was 98-99 season, and a week before it at Tannadice, I got stretchered off with a bad knee.
Right.
And that season I was injury plagued anyway, and I couldn't play. I wasn't fit to play in the Scottish Cup final at Hampden, so I was out. So Dick Advocat was manager at Rangers, so the Rangers won. So that night we went out to this. We better not go into town because it's
Sure,
we don't
you can't be seen.
We don't want to be rubbing the faces in it that we've lost. So we'll go to this local restaurant in the south side of Glasgow that we used to frequent, and there was about 20 of us and the wives and some friends and of all the players, and not everybody was there, but most of them. And we knew the owner of the restaurant. And come the end of the night, when most of the people were gone, I remember we were on top of the tables and the music was blaring and people were singing and we were dancing and everybody was drunk. And I remember, I'll never forget it, Tommy Johnson turned to me and he went, we used to call me Butler. He said, Butler, did we win today or did we lose? And the boys went, oh, I don't know. We'll carry on anyway.
Hey, imagine if there were camera phones. You guys would be in
Yeah.
for many other reasons as well throughout your career.
But yeah, that wouldn't have went down too well. But sometimes it was the old saying in the 90s, win or lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drinks and booze.
Should we continue, do you want it, or should we say goodbye? I feel like we've done a lot of time.
One more question.
Yeah, I think we'll say goodbye. I think
All right. Well, why don't you do that normally?
Sorry?
You know what I'm like with extra time? One question, done, wrap.
No, you love extra time.
I don't.
Yeah, tell your nice stories. Thank you very
That's
much.
the last one I'm telling. I don't get paid enough.
Frank's got his kit in the wash ready for tomorrow to walk around
Frank
Paris.
Leboeuf, World Cup winner. Sure.
That's it. World Cup medal around there. We'll be back tomorrow for more to look ahead to the Champions League final. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.